Hey traders, welcome back to another Sunday video. We are looking at the weekly chart for the upcoming week. We're looking for the weekly analysis. My goal is to make sure that you guys understand what's gonna happen and we understand the proper setups, and let me analyze the setups for you guys for this upcoming week. Looking at the USDJPY on the 4-hour time frame, let's go back on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, we have an uptrend currently. The market have already broken out of the downtrend structure that was for the past weeks. Can draw a trend something like this. So if you can see clear that we had a downtrend, price broke, an impulse, pulled back, and now it's on an uptrend. So currently on an uptrend. So on the daily closed as a bearish engulfing candle, but it failed to break out of the previous 3 days low at 135.342. So currently we're still bullish. The past week the dollar was going back and forth here, a bullish candle, bearish, bullish, 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 bearish. So it was still not moving, but what I can say is that the dollar is still on a bullish momentum to the upside. So what I'm having here, we could have pullbacks to this zone to test the previous zone here, the previous breakout, and then from here we can shoot up. This is what I'm looking at on the USDJPY on the 4-hour time frame. Since the dollar is, the institutional traders are buying, there's 57% of retail traders selling the USDJPY, and then most are buying the institutional. So I'm looking for a pullback and a continuation. The first target is at 138.098. So the market hasn't been moving. So for this week, it has been on a consolidation. So this week we have NFP news release on Friday. You understand? We have new NFP news release on Friday. It was supposed to be released the previous week, but something changed, and then it had to be released after 1 week later. So the NFP might be volatile and come bring some clear direction and fresh highs or lows on the USD. Looking at the Euro USD on the 4-hour time frame, since the dollar is bullish and they anticipate the Euro USD to be bearish. So on the Euro USD, I'm anticipating a slight pullback to test the previous breakout. From here, we're taking short sells, and then our stop losses, we put them there, and then we sell. First target is at 1.05333. So this is what I'm anticipating on the Euro USD on the 4-hour time frame. The pound dollar have been on a consolidative state since the dollar was not even moving much. It was also in a consolidative state. So with this said, the dollar has been consolidating for quite some time. The market has been choppy, up, down, up, down, up, down, and failing to break this low at 1.19225 and failing to break this high at 1.21425. But currently, with the NFP news coming in, I am expecting some volatility to come in here. I'm expecting an impulse to the upside, a pull back to test the previous breakout there, and from here we're taking short positions, stop loss above that zone, and then first target is at 1.19208, and from there we can hold and expect price to break out, to pull back and continue to the downside. This is what I'm anticipating on the pound USD, the GBP USD. Continuing, looking at the AUD-USD on the 4-hour time frame. Let me quickly switch on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, if you know that I once told you guys that this red line and the green line, this one is the 200-day moving average, this one is the 350-day moving average. When the moving averages are above price is the candlestick, these candlesticks, the blue one, the green and the red one. When price is below the moving averages, price will go down. And then when the moving averages are below price will go up. So on this case, let me just fix this week daily. Okay, this horizontal lines, I plot the daily on the previous 5 days. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where I plot my daily horizontal. On the weekly time frame, I plot my 5 weeks horizontal line on the previous 5 weeks. On the monthly, I plot my horizontal line on the previous 5 months. So this is the monthly horizontal line, this is the daily, this is the weekly. So if price breaks the weekly, chances are it's going to open upside. If it breaks the low of the day, it's opening the downside. So this means this is the target for the week, this is the target for the day, and this is the target for the month. This is what it's saying according to the strategy. So on the weekly, we had price failing to break out. Actually, price broke out the previous week, and just it's pulling back. On the 4-hour time frame, I have a supply zone here. I have a supply zone here. Since price was on a downtrend on this zone, we had an impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse breakout, impulse. Now we haven't got a pullback, a correction to this zone. So price impulsed out of this zone to test this zone. Currently we're looking to pull back to test the previous zone. The moving average is above price, so we're anticipating that price to come here. From here we have our stop losses set there, and we take short positions. First target is at 67005. So for this week we have AUD interest rates decision, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, Australia. The Reserve Bank of Australia have interest rates decision. Okay, let me clear it out. We have interest rates decision. So the interest rate decision, they are anticipated to be hawkish for the AUD. So this is going to be on Tuesday. On a Tuesday morning, expect the AUD pairs to move volatile. So we can have a move. This anticipation of the impulse here, the pullback, this might be a longer pullback even, you understand? So you might even have a longer pullback, penetrating this supply zone and then testing even the moving averages, or even this price at 69172, considering how volatile the AUD interest rates decision is, the news, the impact on the of the news. And then from here we will be looking to take short position upon the supply zones. So you can first test the short position here, and then the second one, we can take it somewhere there, and we're targeting the downside. The first target is at 0.66968, and then we can hold until we have a breakout from there, targeting the next positions. Coming up is the NFP, and then this AUD pair also includes a dollar there, so it will be also impacted by the NFP movement on Friday. On the 1 hour of the AUD USD, the price haven't been moving. It was a choppy market. If you were trading AUD USD, it have been difficult to make money here, so you had to wait for quite some time, probably a whole week. Swingers didn't make enough money, only scalpers made money. Looking at the CADJPY, Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen. The Japanese yen is weak, and then it is anticipated to move to the downside, to decline. So when on this case, and I'm anticipating, probably this week I'll have a video whereby I talk about the pair correlation, CADJPY. So in this case, the JPY, it is anticipated that it is negative. It is negative, meaning even if the Canadian dollar is negative, it is impossible for both pairs to be negative, you understand? So in this case, the Canadian dollar is bullish, is positive. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying that the JPY is negative. It means that the CAD is positive. So in this case, Canadian dollar CADJPY is bullish. You understand? Consider even that price is testing the previous breakout out of this breakout zone. It just tested there. So this is the daily chart. The daily chart was bearish. It has been a choppy market, and then that's what happened. You can see price was low here, currently broke out of that the downtrend, opening towards that we have a new fresh bullish momentum that is about to to come up. Let me go to the 4-hour. Take a look at this, ne? Price broke out of this zone, this high. It impulsed and pulled back, corrected, currently impulsed, and currently at this time price has been maintaining this upside, haven't broken below the 98.800 zone. So currently I'm looking for we had a first touch there, a second touch. This is a correction. We have a pullback to the downside as the market is on a consolidative state. So this is what I'm anticipating on the CADJPY. I'm anticipating price to pull back and test the previous zone, since we buy low and we sell high. So price is in the middle. We're looking for it to be cheaper for us to buy. This is the strong demand zone. From here we take buys, our stop loss, we put them there. We take long positions. So this week we have CAD rates, CAD interest rates decision. You understand? We have interest rate decision for CAD. Even on this, the CAD, it is said that the news are gonna be hawkish, meaning bullish. So that's where the bullish come. Also, we have the unemployment rate, or it's the employment change on Friday at 3:30 when the NFP is released. Meaning USD CAD will move massive there because there's USD news, there's CAD news as well. So stay tuned. It's gonna be a really volatile week. It's gonna be a really crazy week. We have on Tuesday we have AUD-Interest rate decision. On Wednesday we have Canadian CAD interest rates decision. On Friday we have NFP. We also have Canadian dollar employment change. Just stay tuned. So on this method, this is what I'm on this CADJPY. I'm anticipating a short sell to the downside. From here we take some bullish trades to the upside. So our first target is at 100.839, and from there we can add more positions or we can hold and adjust stop loss. When I mean a trail stop, I mean that we can, for instance, we take a buy here, né? A buy, and then price moves to the upside to our direction. After price break out this daily horizontal line, then we know that it's on an uptrend territory. It's continuing with the upside. We take our stop loss from here, we put it just below the breakout, and then let price run. Taking a look on the gold market, the gold USD, ZAR USD. So I'm on the 4-hour currently. On the 4-hour we had a breakout there. That's when we got a change of direction. We had a downtrend since the February the 3rd month. Price impulsed, corrected, impulsed and broke out of the zone. This is a continuation to the downside. Impulse, broke out of the zone. This is a continuation, and then tested the previous zone there, the low, tested the previous high, the breakout, impulsed and broke out of the zone at 18.16. That's a breakout continuation pattern, and then price changed direction. We had a first touch and a second touch. We had a double bottom. Price changed and moved with an impulse, pulled back and tested. Price came to retest this zone. So here, if you can take a clear look, we have a gap here. We have a gap. So I'm anticipating price to come and fill this gap. Even price impulse, then this pullback is not effective. It hasn't pulled back to this W pattern, to this double bottom pattern correctly. So if only it was it had impulsed and pulled back to test the previous zone correctly, from here we would have gone up. But yeah, it just happened that we had a gap, and then price is currently testing this 1868 supply zone. So we have the moving averages above price. So anticipating price to impulse to the upside a bit to test the previous breakout, and from there short to the upside, just a drop to the downside, and from here we can have some slow momentum awaiting the NFP news, and then closing the gap, pulling back, taking more positions, or just trailing stop to this zone, and then letting price run. Then we target the next targets. The first target is at 1804. So this is what I'm anticipating on the gold market for this week. Taking a look at on the US100, aka NAS100, NAS100 cash, and etc. etc. So currently looking on the 4-hour time frame, we had a consolidative state here on this movement here. You see this crazy move there, impulse, upside, downside, downtrend, yeah, all this zigzag. So we eventually had a low. Price came and broke that low, having an impulse, a pullback. So that's when price came and so became a downtrend. That was an indication that price is on a downtrend momentum, where an impulse pullback, price broke out of that low, continuation, it's still on a downtrend. Price came, broke out of this low here, and then just here price gave us some pin bars. So I was trading on the other account, and I was trading the index known as US500 Standards and Poor. It is cheaper than US100. So on this zone I had a breakout there, and I just where an impulse, I thought this was a pullback, so I took a sell. It hit me hard, I took a sell, and then I could have made 2,000 grand on this trade alone. 2 grand on this trade alone. If I had bought, my target was gonna be there. You understand? With this said, price broke out of this zone, meaning price is shortly bullish. For now, price is bullish, but it's actually on a downtrend, but it's a short-term bullish until it breaks this zone 12,382. That's when we can have a bullish uptrend. Then we can have a an impulse, then a pullback. We buy here, we continue with the bullish run. But with this on this case, price could come here, test 1236, and then we have our stop losses set there, and from here we take sales. We get a drop to the downside, and then our first target is at 11811. So I might be wrong, guys. Anything can happen. I react to the market. The market might come here and break the supply zone, impulse, pull back. I'm taking buys. Consider the fundamental news are saying otherwise. And also the market can come here and sell or just give us a drop. So this is what I'm anticipating for the US100, and also all these pairs, it's what I'm anticipating for the upcoming week with the NFP news. So we'll just have to see. Happy trading, and trade with caution. Use proper risk management. Cheers.